In today's session, we are going to handle classification of voltage stability, characteristics of three time frames, analysis techniques for dynamic voltage stability studies. First, in the previous class, we have seen what is voltage stability and what are all the factors that needs to be considered to maintain the system voltage to be constant. How far you can construct the architecture of the smart grid, and what are the key parameters needs to be focused to maintain the voltage constant. So the classification of voltage stability falls under three categories. First one is going to be your primary phenomena. So the primary phenomena is with respect to your system structure. Here, as we discussed, there are two structures, DOE and intelligent grid architecture structure. So it is going to reflect the autonomous response. Whatever architecture, whatever the structure we are going to implement the smart grid, it is going to reflect the autonomous response of your system, and also it is going to give away the reactive power supply demand and the imbalances in the reactive power supply. The first one is going to be the physical phenomena or the primary phenomena that is related to your system structure. And the second phenomena is going to be your secondary phenomena. So this secondary phenomena will be reflecting in with respect to the control action. Therefore, it reflects onto the counterproductive nature of some manual or automatic control action. When you say it is a smart grid, it is going to focus only on the uh, it is going to focus only on automatic control action and automatic communication system. So the primary phenomena is with respect to your system structure, secondary phenomena is going to be the control action, and the third phenomena is going to be the territory phenomena, which is going to be the interaction between your primary phenomena and the secondary phenomena. So how the voltage stability is getting classified in the sense, the voltage stability is classified depending upon the problems that is occurring in the system. So the system could either be a static system or the dynamic system. Based on the type of system, whether it could be a static system or the dynamic aspect of the system, the problem could be classified. The problem will not only occur only during operation wise, even when the system is under standstill condition. Because of certain, it is not that only with respect to the generation part your voltage is going to get unstable because of some component malfunctioning. Also there may be occurrence for the voltage instability problem. So all these problems, whether it is a primary phenomena or the secondary phenomena or the territory phenomena, the problems may also involve static and dynamic. Apart from all these three things, it involves both your static and dynamic aspects of your system. Now, voltage collapse, when you consider, it is going to give a voltage collapse dynamics. So, the dynamics will have a span of range in time from a fraction of second to 10 minutes. So, it could be from fraction of seconds. It can be either from your microseconds range to minutes range. It could be in this particular form. Therefore, a time frame characteristics is very important. So, the time frame characteristics will describe the dynamic phenomena of your complete system response. So it could be a slow time response or fast time response. Whatever it may be, depending upon the system time responses, the characteristics time frame is framed based on the dynamic phenomena. And this time frame is framed based on the equipment that causes the system voltage instability. Therefore, the time frame, whatever we are considering, should be very fast transient, and it has to be long term. Therefore, the characteristics of your three time frames are going to be very fast: transient voltage collapse, and long term voltage collapse. So, the first one is going to be the very fast transient voltage collapse. When you consider a system network, it involves RLC component. When it is nothing but your passive component and active component. It will be involved in the transmission line network. When your active component and passive components are involved in your transmission line or transmission network, then it is going to have a very fast response. The time range system is ranges from milliseconds to microseconds to milliseconds. This is your very fast transient voltage collapse. Next, when you go for transient voltage collapse, This will involve your large disturbances and large voltage range variations because of the load variations, rapid response, that is fast response from one state to the other state, rapid changeover of state, motor dynamics, and because of faulty session or the major concern when you are going to analyze your transient voltage collapse. Therefore, here the time frame is from 1 to several seconds. When you consider your very fast transient collapse, it is mainly due to the RLC network involved in the transmission line system. Its time ranges from microseconds to milliseconds. Whereas the transient voltage collapse, it involves your larger disturbances and large range of voltage variations due to load variations. And also when there is a rapid switchover from one state to other state, it is going to have the disturbances. And also the motor dynamics due to faulty condition is the major concern. Here the time frame is going to vary from 1 to several seconds. The next one is going to be your large term voltage collapse. Large term voltage collapse in the sense when you are increasing the load dramatically, the drastic increase in your load causes this long term voltage collapse. Or the power transfer, all of a sudden, normally if you are in transferring the power of 1 kilowatt, all of a sudden if you are transmitting a power of 5 kilowatt or 10 kilowatt, then that causes a voltage collapse. And also load restoration by tap changer and generator current limiting causes a voltage collapse. So all this is taken into consideration under long term voltage collapse. And also the current limiting and manual action needs to be taken care to avoid this voltage fluctuations or this voltage collapse before the time 0.5 to 30 minutes. So before the specified time, so when you are getting a very fast transient collapse, within the microseconds to milliseconds, the voltage collapse has to be rectified according to the time specified for these three time frames. It has to be rectified because since the voltage stability is affected by various system components in a wide time range, and in order to tackle the problem you have to consider the proper modeling and analysis methods. If you are not considering the modeling and analysis method properly, then it may cause severe shutdown of your complete system, and also the voltage variations will be severe and collapsing of your voltage will be very much increased, which includes both your static and dynamic. Therefore the transient voltage collapse and long term collapse should be taken care. So these two voltage collapse range has to be taken care. Next one is going to be the type of stability. So here you have static stability, dynamic stability, slow stability, fast stability. So when you are considering the different types of stability as shown over here, basically here the stability will depends upon voltage variation. So voltage collapse, type 1 instability, voltage collapse, voltage drop, these two are going to be the major concern in type 1 and type 2. When you are considering a static stability, that is type 1 instability, it is going to reflect onto the voltage collapse when you are increasing the sudden increase in the load. Here you can consider del dot of x. Always your state variables are expressed using first order differential equation, that is x dot of t is equal to a x of t plus b u of t. Since here you are going to have a slow dynamics and fast dynamics, slow response and fast response of your system, you are going to consider the two things. In the type 1 instability, we are going to consider del of s, x dot of s, x dot of f is equal to 0. Suffix x will represents the slow dynamics and suffix f represents the fast dynamics. So this is under the static situation, where all the equations being an algebraic equation, whatever equations we are going to represent, it is going to be the algebraic equation, and let all the voltage deviations in the grid and line be denoted as delta Vg vector and VL vector. So whatever parameter we are going to measure, it is going to be the vector parameter, which gives both magnitude as well as the direction. So Here VG and VL is considered to be as a voltage deviation in grid and line, and the difference in voltage between grid and line is considered to be delta V. Therefore, the rest of your algebraic variables can be eliminated. Here the power is assumed to be constant, though there are much of variations with respect to the voltage. Here power is assumed to be constant in case of type 1 instability, and the variation in the voltage is given as Js inverse H delta PL. If the determinant value of your Js is represented as 0, then your load will be increased like anything, and it is called as your type 1 static instability. So this type of system cannot handle increase in the load, because the increase in load causes much of your voltage collapse. So this will not handle a larger increase in your load. Then dynamic stability, it is nothing but your type 2 instability, and the algebraic equation here, the input is going to be 0. There are two types of system. One is your homogeneous system and second one is your non-homogeneous system. If your input is going to be 0, then it is called as your homogeneous system, and if input u is not equal to 0, then it is going to be a non-homogeneous system. This is the state model representation equation. X dot of t is equal to a x of t plus b u of t. Here H1 is your B matrix and A is your system matrix with respect to your state variables under your slow dynamic process and fast dynamics. Slow dynamics and fast dynamics. Delta P is your input. Here the U is going to be 0. Therefore delta PL will be equal to 0, because we are going to have the dynamic stability analysis towards what? Towards your input function u equal to 0. Therefore this dynamic instability, type 2 instability, can be distinguished between your slow and fast. In both the cases it is going to be 0. So under type 2 instability you have slow instability and fast instability. In slow instability your delta P will be equal to 0 and you will get the state variables as del xs, and you will have only the system variables with respect to slow dynamics. It is like x dot of t is equal to a x of t plus b u of t. As u is going to be 0, you will have only the system matrix and your state variable. In case of your slow dynamics, we are going to represent it as xs dot, which is equal to a is the matrix, system matrix represented under slow dynamics, and the state variables expressed is going to be x suffix s of t. It is going to be the slow dynamic state variable. Similarly, this slow instability will be analyzed using singular perturbation theory, and also in order to obtain the linearized slow system, the time scale of the phenomena will be larger in case of your slow instability. Next one, fast instability. Fast instability here with respect to your change in your grid voltage, grid current, phase angle, line voltage, what is the angle measured? So that has to be taken into account in case of your fast instability. And here we will be assuming the slow instability state variable xs to be a constant and the load parameter to be constant, where after implying the input delta P will be equal to 0. Analysis of the techniques for the dynamic voltage stability. So here we are going to investigate the dynamics under 5 conditions. The first one is going to be the machine and excitation system dynamics, including your power system stabilizer. PSS is nothing but your power system stabilizer. So here we are going to have the dynamics, have the analysis towards the dynamics of the machine and the excitation system, that include power system stabilizer. Second one, load dynamics is an important factor that will have an impact on the dynamic voltage stability analysis studies. Third one is going to be the dynamics of your SVC and the fax devices. Fourth one, tap changer dynamics. Fifth one, dynamics due to load frequency control, AGC. Here the first 3 things, that is machine and excitation system dynamics, load dynamics, and the dynamics of your SVC and control fax devices, this will fall under your fast dynamics. Whereas the other 2, tap changer dynamics and dynamics due to the load frequency control, will fall under your slow dynamics. So this classification will be explaining the load frequency control, and it will be explained clearly in the flow chart. Here when you check for your voltage stability analysis, slow dynamics and fast dynamics, you are going to focus on f of xs comma. It is just like how we are writing the state equation. We know that x dot of t is equal to a x of t plus b u of t. When you are writing it in terms of your function, you will write it as x dot of t is equal to, it is the function representing with respect to your state variable and input variable. If this is going to vary with respect to time, we will be writing it as x comma u comma t. If it is going to vary with respect to load, you will be writing the function as x comma u comma t comma l. So here your slow dynamics equation and the fast dynamics equation is written as a function of your xs, xf, u and load. Xs represents the state variable under your slow dynamics. Xf represents your state variable under fast dynamics. U is your input function and L is going to be the load changing function. So these two state variable matrix will be framed, and here first we will analyze the slow dynamics and next we will be analyzing the fast dynamics. In case of slow dynamics, first we will be, if it gets stable, then both the systems, slow dynamics and fast dynamic system, are going to be stable. Suppose while analyzing your fast dynamics, it will check if it is not stable, then your type 2 instability will occur. If it is stable, then it will check for the voltage drop that is occurring at the output of your system. So this is going to be the classification of your voltage instabilities. Next, ignoring your AGC, automatic grid control dynamics, you are going to have the faster network transients, and at 60 Hz the following equations has been framed with respect to the rotating machines, and we can categorize the variable as U, PMI, V reference, I and VOI, desired real power of ith generator, desired voltage at ith generator bus, and if the buses is going to be M and P, and this will be the equation that is representing the faster network transients at F is equal to 50 Hz. Thank you students.